If it's something I don't personally agree with, I think that truth is absolutely important, and people's personal truths and people's personal opinions, even on differing sides of the same opinion, should be heard.
Tell me about your life. You were born to a mixed race couple. Your father was an African American, a chess player. And your mother, she was from this country.
Correct, yeah. So my father was black chess player. He was in the Air Force. He met my mother here in England. And then I was raised initially in the United States. And then I moved to Luton, England when I was younger. So I've moved around a lot. I've lived an eclectic life in many different scenarios. We've moved around. I've done a lot of different things, lived a lot of different experiences. And
what
I'm thankful for it.
nationality are you? I mean, what do you identify as?
I consider myself British now, but I will say that part of me, the patriotic Brit inside of me, is devastated by the state of the UK currently. And I want to make that very clear. The patriotic Brit in me truly loves this country. And seeing what's happening to it, especially to our major cities, is almost heartbreaking to watch in real time.
In what way?
It's falling apart. This is a failed society. By every metric you can possibly measure, it is absolutely and utterly failing. The cost of living crisis, the crime rates, everything is falling apart. If you compare it to a country like the United Arab Emirates, you compare it to a city like Dubai, London, which should be the greatest city on earth, is failing in absolutely every metric because our leadership is a joke. If you look at Dubai and the UAE, the leadership there is so flawless, so genuinely genius. They saw ahead and have built almost a utopia. And then you look at London, you can't even walk around with a watch on. It's disgusting.
You know, it's very interesting. I was in Qatar for the World Cup. Obviously, a lot of people in England taking a very censorious moral view about the World Cup being in the Middle East at all because of their laws against homosexuality, because of their treatment of migrant workers. I've got to say, not that I don't share the concerns about those things, of course I do, but I found a lot of the virtue signalling, and I think that's what it was in many cases, about the whole region, actually quite distasteful. Because when I was in Qatar, I thought the World Cup was fantastically well run, incredibly good experience. But a lot of Qataris were saying to me, you know, there's this weird, quaint feeling back in your country that we all want to aspire to behave like that we all want to live in a country with massive drug problems, with massive knife crime issues, with scenes like the European Championships final where it's complete lawlessness going on, where stuff like the NHS, the system of healthcare, is basically collapsing, where the education system is dropping behind.
I'm going to be quite clear. On this issue, I probably don't agree with anything either of these two jackasses just said. Sometimes Piers makes good points. I've shown that in my videos. But sometimes he's on the crazy right-wing side. And what he and Tate just did, pretty much, was put places like the UAE on a pedestal. Now, from the outside, the UAE looks fine. And when you're flying in there for a week or two, it is fine. But make no mistake, there's a dark side to UAE and places like Qatar or Qatar, or however you want to pronounce it. Look, they just gave Trump fucking hundreds of millions of dollar plane, not billions of dollars. And you know it's for, favors, of course. All this should be illegal in the United States. I'm sure it is. He just ignores it. But to be short, they're just putting UAE on a pedestal, while ignoring the bad, how they still treat women like second-class citizens, which is something Prop Andrew, he likes it. That's why he's talking about it so favorably. And to be honest, us in the UK have a lot of problems. We have some problems. Some of them he mentioned, but the ones he mentioned are problems because of his side. Mouth-breathing right-wingers. Sorry. To be honest, the left, kind of, at least politically, drags his feet a little bit. It could do more, actually, to help. But the bad of these things definitely comes from their short-sighted right-wing policies, which normally only help them and hurt anyone else who actually needs help. But that's all I got for today. Thanks for watching.